Earlier there was pager, we used to text from Motorola. Then now we have all the touchscreen mobile. We had a type mobile. In same way, sutures also has a history. So what happened that during Raja Maharaja days, any sword incision or anything happens, they used to cut the ant head. Yes, they used to cut the ant head and they put it like this, wherever there's an incision or cut is there. That is how I think you can say that closing of incision of wound is started. Then as the technology advances, they came to know, they got the culture of everything, they started using the grass with some maybe pointed needle something, just like a suture, and they started sewing it. Then they grown the cottons, okay. They took the cottons, made it like a thread, they started sewing. Then comes catgut or chromicut, which is made up of sheep intestine, okay. They started using suture from that. At present, all the sutures are mostly polymer. So, why there was a suture from catgut, chromicut. Those everybody knows that there are catgut and chromicut sutures. So, what happens that patient having a protein, okay, and if suppose they don't want protein, and if they are introducing the catgut or chromicut sutures, which is made up of sheep intestine, which is made up of protein, that means you are introducing more protein to that patient. So, J&J stopped that as a world leader, and they have come with polymer. Why polymer sutures? Because it is non-reactive to the body, okay? It is inherent material, and it gets absorbed within a period of time. So every layer has a different sutures. For skin, which is dermis, epidermis, subcutaneous, subcuticular, fascia, rectus shape or capsule closure in ortho, and goes on for organs and everything. And as the technology goes, we have launched something called StarterFix. This is the latest, and entire industry has a barb suture. And what we see that in the next 10 years, all the normal suture will be obsolete, and people or surgeons will use the barb suture. So that's how technology goes. Now I'll take you to the barb suture, how it works and why you should use it. Any idea about barb suture? I know it is getting used in SCG hospital in promotional case. So those who know can raise the hand. You can't.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 people. So what do you know about barb suture? So those who have seen is the advantage, why we should use, any idea? Anybody? So people
It won't come back for once if you're not.
Correct.
No need to knot also.
Correct. What will happen if there are knots? Any idea?
It's a single direction. No? Once
Yeah.
if you comes reverse, it won't come.
Yeah.
It's
So what
like
has
a
happened?
anchor type.
Yeah. So what has happened? See, if there is a knot, there are complications because sometimes knot get loosened, knot get open. If that happens, there are chances of anastomotic leak, wound license, everything can happen. But if we are not having a knot, that means that problem is not coming. First thing. Second thing, you know that tissue has a characteristic that it's a viscous nature, which means if I press my tissue like this and leave it, it will go back to its original position, right? Same thing happened with incision. The moment you take a cut, it will open like this. And when you try to close it, there is a resistance which is coming from both the sides. Okay. The normal suture, which is just a normal cylindrical suture, is just holding it till you put the knot, okay, tight. Whereas since it has a barb, there's a barb. So every time you're taking bite and pulling it up, it is approximating tissue better than the normal suture. First advantage. Second, I know that in the normal suture there's an assistant who has to keep on maintain the tension, right? That is not required in that because it's a barb suture. Every time you take a bite, it will approximate. Third, it is antibacterial, which means this is a triclosan coated. That triclosan is same thing which is found in your toothpaste, in your talcum powder, in your body lotions, and WHO recommend it's an antibacterial nature. Same thing is coated, these sutures are coated with triclosan. Okay? Not as somebody rightly said, there is no need of knots, and the even distribution to the tissue incision is better compared to this. So this is a barb suture. We have in PDS also. We have in monocle also for skin closure. Of course, for organ, which is not an ortho, but in the laparoscopic surgeries, we have for organ. We have in Prolene also. So this is the advantage of Stratafix, our brand name, but barb sutures. Any doubts regarding this? Anybody?
So it's your suture can withstand heat.
Yes, it can. So this is made up of same polymer just like PDS, which our normal PDS suture is made of. If you heat it, of course it will melt because it's a plastic ultimately. But why PDS, why not monocle, why not Prolene? Because every suture has an absorption time and tensile strength. For example, if it is a monocle, the absorption time is 52 days to 90 days, which is for skin, it is the fastest. Okay. For PDS, it is 119 days to 182 days because fascia or rectus sheet or capsule plate closure takes longer to heal compared to any other layers. And the whole purpose of any suture, any company, any brand is to hold the tissue till it gets self-healing. If it is done, there is no need of suture. That's why there are absorbed sutures. If you are using, let's say, Ethicon 30 on skin, we do not recommend that. It's a foreign object, okay? And if you are closing that, that means that it remains permanent in the body. What is the use of permanent suture in the body when the tissue gets healed? Simple. So we recommend monocle 30 or 40 for the skin. That is it. Apart from that, I don't know video I can play or not.
ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೋ, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕಿನ್.
This is the
ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ,
suture I'm talking about. You can touch and feel and see. They are
ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್.
and difference between ours and competition. I not name the competition.
Just like a
is,
gate.
only for name.
Once
So,
if you enter,
here
it won't come back. It will lock.
You can touch it. And also there is no barbs. By this, you will touch. Fascia, what and that is risky. I tell you where barbs are not there. Here barbs are not there. That's for suppose surgeon is taken
Dummy.
one bite and he wants to reverse it. So you can see first 5 centimeters there is no barbs, it can pull it off. Because once you have taken a bite, then you have to ferment, it will not go back. That's the advantage. Be careful with it too sharp. So that is one thing. Second, when it comes to competition, you know, if I take, let's say, this is my pen. Let's assume this is suture, okay? If I cut in this is a core, okay? If I cut in this, what will happen? I have cut it like anchors everywhere. What will happen to this pen?
ಬ್ರೇಕ್.
Yeah. It will break or it will weak, correct? Because I'm cutting. Whereas this suture, if you see, there is no cut inside, out of that, outside of the PDS. You can see in that suture. So that's the difference between our suture and competition. There's one more product which I'll take you, specifically for auto.
ಧರ್ಮ ಗುಣಿಸಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು.
We call it Derma One Renew. This is skin closing device. Just have a video, then I'll explain you. Just 2 more minutes.
And then almost we are done. So another 2 minutes.
See, this is just a incision on the patient, 20 centimeters. See how it works. So if you're using this, you don't have to use skin stapler. You don't have to use gauze piece. That is the advantage. I'll show you how it works. This is for skin closure, correct? Any open case, I'm talking about ortho, but any open case, this can be used. So this is a mesh which comes with a box, okay? And then there's a adhesive, tropical adhesive, which is a pen.
This one actually, some people already 70 people had here, but here actually some people are saying no. I just want them to just write their name in this one. Okay? Two people.
പിന്നെ കൊള്ളാം ഒറിജിനൽ ಡೀಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ
So any idea what is it or how it works after the video? Anybody? Laser?
No. That sheet will approximate and
Ah.
glue will like act as a skin adhesive.
Okay. So the brand name is Derma1 Renew. Okay, it is for any open case, especially for ortho, for knee. We have launched this. This you can use, which means you don't have to use skin stapler or gauze piece on that. Okay. Now I'll come to advantage of this. First thing is very important is osmosis. Okay. There is always when you use suture or skin stapler, there are marks remain. Especially in skin stapler, there is a railway track we call it. The marks are there, right? If it is gauze piece or skin stapler, patient has to come back to the doctor for removal of skin stapler or anything for that matter. In this, patient does not have to come back to the surgeon. Why? Because after 2 weeks, based on the strength, it will automatically peel off or swag out. First thing. Second thing, it is antibacterial nature. Okay. So water can go inside, air can go, but bacteria which are smaller than that will be stopped by this mesh. Okay. So this is a mesh. This is a Derma1 Premium mesh, and the one which you have seen the pen, it's called tropical adhesive. You just have to apply one coat over that and just leave it that way. Let him push, flex, whatever he does, it will not come out. Third, patient can go and take shower directly. It's waterproof also, it will not come out. Fourth, surgeon or patient can see the healing also, because it's transparent, they can see the healing. If you have a gauze piece, you don't know what is happening inside. That is the Derma1. Any doubts regarding this product?
Your other Derma1 can be showered with that.
So other Derma1, we have Derma Mini. That is meant only for laparoscopic surgery because that can close incision up to 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter. If you have a longer, this is 20 centimeter or 60 centimeter, then you have to use Derma1, which is this.
That you can take showers, that Derma1.
That you cannot. Only for this.
Only for the
Yeah, only for.
This one only water.
Yes, because of this
Like
mesh. Yes, that is not it.
How much does it cost?
So this, as Habib rightly said, we spend lot of money in R&D. So this is a product of that. It cost pack of 2 10,000, so 5,000 each.
5
Not all the patients, but there are patients who want osmosis, who want better, who are affordable. You can, Yes, female children, rightly said, can be do. In fact, I've seen few pediatric surgeons. See, if they have any cuts or anywhere, burn or cut, small cut like from the maybe scissor or from the glass. Now that patient comes to the doctor. What normally used to happen is that doctor will give anesthesia, okay, put a suture or whatever does. Or there is a dermal mini comes up to 5 centimeters, just apply, hold it, done. Send back children to home. So cost, time, expense, everything is reduced if you use dermal mini.
So that's it.
That's it from my
today,
side. Thank
and,
you.
I hope you carry sample pieces.